Just one more. Okay, the last item. Last item was again back in the September meeting. When Sullivan overshouted me and he was proven completely wrong in what he was yelling at me about. He was out of order by interrupting a resident who was speaking about something. The resident being me. Anyway, so basically every meeting since then, I've been asking for an apology. So tonight John Burry will show what I talked about and. I don't know. I asked him, anybody, just apologize for Sullivan. They wouldn't. I think they understand exactly what type of guy he is, and they agreed with me, obviously. So, but John Burry.
How did they agree with you?
By not even apologizing for him. They didn't want to touch that.
They don't want to touch anything.
Just let him wither up and die. I would assume they're thinking. So anyway, that's it, and he'll splice it in. Thank you. Well, I guess it's this point in time of the meeting where I'm going to ask once again Freeholder Sullivan to apologize to the public for acting the way he did. He was out of order. He overshouted a resident making some statements, and he was actually wrong in saying what it is. I will give a moment. Expect his apology, of course. Nothing. The question actually arises. Why is he cowardly hiding behind the monitor and not saying anything? All of you, I would assume, agree with me that he was out of order. If you want to defend him, I'd like to hear why you would defend him. But he was out of order. You know that. He was also wrong in saying he attacked a resident by overshouting him. He was wrong on that count. So, you can sit here and you can make faces at me. But last time, he also was out of order. Well, the ACLU came in, that was about 4 years ago, and even then he did not apologize. In fact, it was you, actually, as the chairman, again, apologizing for his cowardice because he won't apologize. So I'm going to keep coming back here because I would like somebody, I'll even grant any of you to apologize for what he did. Because I'm sure all of you understand. It takes a big man to apologize. I apologize to Councilman Barry for calling him a name. And on many other times, I think I even cursed or something, I apologize. But for somebody to hide behind a big monitor and not apologize to a little resident like me, a taxpayer, who comes up and speaks about things, and then gets shouted down? Okay, in your wrap-up comments, maybe somebody apologize for Sullivan. Obviously, you need somebody to apologize for.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't understand what I'm talking about because you guys are clueless. We go up here and we explain things. Let's go into that point about the donations you're giving out. You're voting on these professional contracts that are non-competitive, and you have your head of the county political party who's in charge of fundraising, giving out these non-competitive contracts to professionals. And it just so happens these same professionals are donating to your campaign. And you know what? You know what you're saying? We're adhering to the state law. Well, how about, doesn't it sound wrong? Doesn't it sound like you would at least instill some ethics into this board? Because at this point, I've been calling you guys a criminal enterprise because you're basically stepping over that line. The taxpayer money is being abused. The taxpayer money is being wasted.
Okay.
Let's go to Mr. Getz, Councilman Getz. He's talking about districting. This has been brought up for the last couple of years, and I agree with him, and I've been talking about it too. But we just saw a possibility of a good reason why we should district this county, and that's in this superstorm Sandy that came blowing through. If you districted the county, at least elected officials, the freeholders would be able to maintain their districts and speak for the residents, allocate proper resources from the county, because you did a good presentation, I'm not going to deny it. However, a little more point of control. If there was districts and the freeholders were from each district, they would be able to speak up and say, hey, a little more resources over this way, instead of everybody just at large. See, everybody at large doesn't actually control any area.
This is not even relevant conversation.
Pardon?
This isn't even relevant conversation.
Superstorm Sandy?
Well,
Districting,
yeah, right.
you know, you're saying 3 counties. You know, the only person that actually speaks against districting is the same one who has 5 of his employees stuffed on the county employee rolls, making money over the taxpayer. And I don't know if they're worthwhile or they're useless or whatever, but he's the only one that speaks up. That's because he obviously has the most to lose if it comes to districting, because we find out about probably more employees. We got problems here. We have problems here. Districting is the best way to go. No ifs, ands, and buts.
Well,
I don't care what Sullivan says about only so many.
Your time is up, Mr. Patterson, but thank you for your comment.